Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another guide for Conan Exiles. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to be showing you some of the hidden feats that you can get in Conan Exiles. So if you folks enjoy this video and find it useful and informative, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. So as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be showing you some of the hidden feats in Conan Exiles, and there are quite a few to go through. This will, of course, involve some armor, some weapons, and of course some items that you can find throughout the game and obviously through exploring. I'm going to be showing you their locations on the map, how to get them, the levels that you can get them at, and all that good stuff. So the very first feat, of course, a lot of people will know about that, but I'm still going to show it, is this over here, and that is Finger Fang Mountain, where you can, of course, learn the climbing boots, and so that would, of course, involve the Mountaineer and Expert Mountaineer. Now, for that, of course, you'll have to climb up, and there's also a little creature right here, well, not really little, but this is a mini boss that you might encounter, and, of course, you saw my position on the map. This is where you can find this guy. Just to show you, he is a mini boss. So he kind of looks like the elite pets that you can get from the rock eggs, but of course that's not what we're here for. So I'm just going to fly up. Of course, you're going to have to climb this up, and it is quite a bit of a climb. It is the tallest structure in terms of mountain or cliff or whatever you want to call this. So you can, of course, see it from a distance. Climbing it can be quite treacherous, so do be careful not to fall to your death. I probably suggest having a sleeping bag or some sort of a bed in case you mess up. At the top you will find this guy, which is a Mountaineer. If you talk to him, he will talk to you. From him you can also learn the Mountaineer and Expert Mountaineer. If you've got some shards, of course, you can get some stuff from there, but only if you have the shards. Now, obviously, the Mountaineer can be learned at any level. You do need to have a good stamina to get up here, and I will show you what you get. So you can buy the Expert Mountaineer, which is the Epic Mountaineer equipment. Now, if you go into feats, I did purchase two actually. If you go into feats right there, you will see the Mountaineer right here. So this is a level 0. Basically, you can learn it at any level whatsoever. Now, there's also the epic version of this. Let me just find it. The server's being specifically weird today. There is quite a bit of lag, which is not really helping. There we go. So this is the Expert Mountaineer, which is pretty much your epic stuff. It is a level 60 requirement, and it probably gives you a bit more stamina and stuff. So basically, the armor on these are not all that great, but they are good for climbing. So with these, you can climb taller than before. Now I'm going to show you the surroundings just so that you guys can see what's going on. And I accidentally pressed Q. I just need to get out of it because it's not really working. The game's being really funny today. There we go. That sorted out. So this is what the surrounding looks like. As best as you can see, it is a bit foggy down there. And as I said, it is quite easy to find it. It's pretty much the tallest cliff. It is kind of like a finger shape, and I suppose that's why it's called Finger Fang Rock. Next up is close to the Frost Temple, so that's where the Frost Temple is right there, and this will teach you some totems. They are purely cosmetics, so I'm going to show you their position on the map. So this is where I'm located. This is the Frost Keep right there, and I am quite close to the entrance into the Frost Keep. So this is the structure right here. If you interact with it, you will learn the totems. You will get a total of 4 totems to learn, and so let's have a look at the feat. So I'll type that in, and it is a level 10. So that is the requirement. As you can see, there are 4 totems. I will also show you them and what they look like in a bit. I will do that for all of the structures that you get. As you can see, it's a level 10. And these things can be crafted and placed throughout your base if you want it to look a bit more Viking-ish. They can also be picked up, and they do have some similarities, but they're also different at the same time. So these are what the totems look like. These are all 4 totems that you've learned. As you can see, they look roughly the same, but if you get closer to them, you will notice that they are somewhat different. Of course, the good thing about these things is that once you've placed them down, you can also pick them up should you decide that you don't like the way it's been placed down. I'll show you that in a bit. Just want to show off the totems for a start. So just go up to it, hold E to interact, and then obviously pick it up. Here we are. Now we are in Buccaneer Bay. This is a level 60, so you will need to have level 60. Once you come up here, there is a fireball cauldron, 3 benches, and on one of the benches there is a book. This is my location on the map right there. That's where the boss fight is, or mini boss, whatever you want to call it. The little named thrall basically right there. So this is where I am located. This is where you want to be. And look out for a fireball cauldron with 3 benches. There you see a book, you interact with it, and you learn the Buccaneer feat, which allows you to craft peg legs, eye patches, hooks, and stuff like that. It is primarily cosmetic. They do offer some armor, but yeah, they do look pretty nice. Now let's have a look at what they look like. There you go. It's a level 60, and these are, like as I said, primarily cosmetic. They don't really give out that much armor unless you want to go to a dress-up party. But yeah, this looks pretty nice. You do get the rings, the eye patch, the boots, and you do get the peg leg as well. Of course, with the peg leg, as you can see, it is either left or right, so you can choose on what side you want the peg leg. And next up, we are at the summoning place where you can learn the Skull Taker. This is a level 10 feat, and I'm going to show you my position on the map. This is where you want to be, and right behind me there is a little structure that you can interact. Now let me just turn around. If you've always wanted these little ornamental skull things on a stick, you just interact with this and you will learn 4 of them. So let's go and look for the Skull Taker. And as you will see, there should be 4 that you can learn. There we go. There's 4 variations of this. Once you craft them, you place them down in your base, and I think this looks pretty neat. Of course, this requires, as I said, level 10. And of course, for that, in order to craft them, you will require a furniture maker. And also, these are just purely cosmetic. So this is what they look like, all 4 of them. They do look pretty neat, and I do think they look nice if you place them down around your base. As with the totems, you can of course pick them up, so I just wanted to give you guys a closer look at these without the user interface, because I quite personally like these things. They make it look a lot more savage if you put these around your base, and I'm probably going to end up putting some around my base. As you can see, you can of course pick these up, which will return them to your inventory if you're not happy with the way they've been placed down, or maybe you decided you wanted to move it. Okay, so the next location is right in front of me. As you can see, there is a thrall fighting a hyena. Now, of course, this is a named thrall. It is a fighter, and she is one that you can find here. Next to her, you will find a chest, and next to her, you will find a jawbone weapon. If you interact with it, you will learn the Dafari weapons. For some odd reason, the prompt to interact with it did not show up, but I still managed to interact with it, so that might be a bit of a thing going on. As you can see, she's gone fighting another hyena. Not that powerful as a named thrall, because she got beat by the second hyena, but nonetheless, this is a named fighter. So in the Feats. We'll have a look at it and we'll show you what you can learn. And I do always misspell it because, hey, why not? So let me just try and get this right. Hold on a bit. I've definitely misspelled it. It's one of those things, isn't it? Ah, there we go. That's how it is. I personally never use any of these things, but it's always nice to have them. They are free, and if you are near the dregs, why not come up here and get one for yourself? So that's the mask. That's what you learn. It should be weapons, so it is right up here. So you will learn the axe, the cudgel, and the sword. Of course, these are also things that you can find, but when you do find them on the NPCs that you kill them, they do have already taken durability loss. So here are what the weapons look like. This is the Dafari axe. This is the cudgel, and I'll be showing you the sword. They do look pretty nice if you want some nice looking weapons early on in the game. And here is the location I'm at on the map. The dregs are just over there. There's this little mark over here on the map that you can use as a point of reference, and of course the dregs dungeon. Next up, we are in Sethum, and this is my location. This is where you want to be. This is Sethum, as you can see, and my position on the map is right there. This is one of the entrances into Sethum, and we're going to go towards Resma's house, which of course you can only enter once you've defeated the Witch Queen, which will give you a key to her house. Now up here there is a little, oh, there we go. There is a little structure that we can interact with, and we learn the Relic Hunter Armor. Now to this, of course, there are two variations of armor, and of course by variations I am referring to the levels. The first one you can learn at level 20, and obviously then you will have the epic set, which is a level 60. So this is the basic one over there, and I quickly will show you the epic one. So this is the epic right here. They are both learned from the same place, and as you can see, there is a bit of a difference in armor, and it is of course a decent armor to have early on in the game. And obviously this is what the armor looks like. I am currently wearing the epic version, so I'm just gonna give you guys a good look at it. It does also of course offer some heat protection, as you saw earlier on. So now you can end up looking like a Relic Hunter when you come to Sethum. Next up, we're going to be going to the Scoundrel's Gateway, where we can learn the Hyena Armor. So this is the path from the Black Galleon, and I'm going to show you the path that you can take from there to the location where you can learn the Hyena Armor. Obviously there are several ways of doing this, and I'm just going to use the Black Galleon as a point of reference. You can go up that way that I just showed you before, or if you dare climb, you can also climb this. Now, obviously I've got God mode and infinite stats on, and I'm also cloaked, so I'm just going to climb this way up. Going around kind of takes the exact same time as you would if you were to climb. I don't think there's that much of a difference. I should have probably used the flight command, but whatever. Let's just roleplay this little section, because hey, why the heck not? Once you're up, you will see this little camp right here, which is called Scoundrel's Gateway. There we go. I have rediscovered it. Thank you very much. There is another path down there from which you can come to this point, and next to these cages you can see this little thing over here. You interact with it, you learn the Hyena-Fur armor. Of course, this also has two specific levels that you can learn and use it at, or craft it at, and one would be level 30, the other one would be level 60, as I'm going to show you in a bit. So I'm looking for the level 30. There it is. This is the level 30 set. As you can see, it does have some cold resistance on it, which is quite good to use if you're going up north. It is a decent set of armor, and it does offer some decent armor protection if you have nothing else. Also, it does look quite interesting, and I do like the design for this particular armor, and it's definitely worth having, especially seeing as you will most likely come often to this place to farm for thralls. I personally think that this is one of the best looking armors that you can get from these structures in the world. Obviously, I'm not counting the dungeons. Dungeons are a separate thing as well. I do like the Silent Legion set. It does look pretty neat. I do also like the Hyperborean Slaver set. It does remind me of Conan, but this is pretty darn badass. Here is the location on the map for this particular armor. So you can come up this way if you want, or you can come up from the Black Galleon. Your choice depending on what you are doing, but you will have to fight through camps of Black Hand pirates. This is my location right there, and that should be right behind me, so just as a point of reference for you guys to find it hopefully quickly and easily. The next two last locations I left for last because I would have thought most people would know it, but because this is part of the guide, I am going to include them anyways. So this is my location. This is the hole in the unnamed city that leads to the archives and the archivist, and of course there is an entrance from the obelisk going in sort of like this. So underneath me we should find a ghost, which is the archivist, and he will teach you the Cartographer feat. Now obviously if you want to go this way you might need some decent HP and maybe 20 points in the agility feat so that you have the cat-like reflexes, which reduces fall damage by half, and or maybe of course the double jump. Now you will want to talk to this ghost once you find his front, because I was trying to talk to his behind, I don't know why. And the metal button will of course teach you the Cartographer feat. You can also talk to him, which I did, but he does not want to talk back because there is a bit of lag on the server, but hey ho. Let's have a look at the Cartographer feat right now. Now this will teach you the map room, which you can of course unlock at level 60. So it does require you to be level 60, and it will also teach you the corrupted stone. The corrupted stone is of course an ingredient that you'll have to craft in order to craft the map room. For those interested that don't have it already unlocked, I do have a full guide on how to unlock the map room, as well as for all of the obelisks throughout the game, which will help you teleport to those locations. The next location is not far from the den, which is where my mouse cursor is at the moment, and so we will be talking to the child of Jabal Sog, and by talking to him you will learn the Midnight Alchemist, which will teach you 3 things. Now do bear in mind that I am cloaked, as there is a scorpion behind him, so that does obviously protect me from being attacked. You do have 3 options: one to learn the Midnight Alchemist, and the other one is where you can purchase the Potion of Midnight for 5 feral flesh, which is not all that expensive. By clicking the second button, which is to learn the Midnight Alchemist, you will learn 3 potions. Potion of Midnight, which will take you into the Midnight Grove dungeon, the Potion of Bestial Memory, and the Potion of Natural Learning. And so the Potion of Bestial Memory will help you reset your attribute, as well as the Potion of Natural Learning, which will reset your feats. Unfortunately, I believe that resetting your feats is now redundant, especially seeing as you can now farm the bosses in the unnamed city and get relics of power, or fragments of power is what I meant to say, which you can then use for 10 points per fragment of power to add to your points available for the feat. Therefore you can unlock pretty much every single feat in the game, making that last potion pretty much redundant. However, if you do want to reset your attributes, that is an option. And with regards to the Potion of Midnight, it does have a very small spoil timer. So once you craft it, you do want to use it. I believe it is somewhere around 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes, something along those lines. And the Potion of Midnight will, as I said, teleport you to the Midnight Grove dungeon, which again I do have a guide for on the channel. I will post a guide for the Midnight Grove dungeon, as well as the Cartographer at the end of this video. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.